Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Deco Field for the 2025 Coaches Cup Final, heading St. Augustine Prep Hermits against the Washington Township Minutemen. I'm Joey Brennan alongside
Kanan McLaughlin.
and today we see the two high-ranked South Jersey schools finally close out here in this tournament. What are some things going into this game that you think the Hermits need to focus on?
I think they need to focus on being more effective in the second half, as towards the end of the season they've been letting more second half goals in. And I think the coach needs to utilize his subs more in the first half, because we've seen in the past more teams use subs early on in the half and they come out hustling the prep where it comes most.
Yes, both teams only one loss on this year. St. Augustine's being an out-of-conference opponent, while Washington Township's was Shawnee earlier in the season, who St. Augustine beat last week in the Coaches Cup semifinal. St. Augustine has been great this year offensively. They played a really well-rounded game. Matt Carr has been an outstanding goaltender. We're lucky to see what a great match we have here tonight. We're just about to kick off here to begin this final. It is a cold night here. The Hermits are in navy blue. The Minutemen are in white.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Hermits looking to try to get that Coaches Cup final loss last year, get that bad taste out their mouth. Hopefully get a win this year.
Loud house here tonight in Cherry Hill. It'll be Will Law for the Hermits to kick it off.
Looks like the Hermits are going all attacking here in this first couple seconds, trying to bang in an early goal. So it looks like the Hermits are rocking the usual 3-5-2 with Ostrainer coming back from his injury. So it'll be Phillips, Ostrainer, Wilson, with Brown, Peraza, Law, and Matea in the midfield.
It's like an early foul. Mike Coluzzi draws.
And Lamentier and Cluzy up top. It's an early free kick here. Hoping Hermits hopefully to get the first shot on target within the first minute.
It'll be Will Law, the junior midfielder. Wide of the net, headed for a goal kick.
It's a good header. Just got to get that one on target.
So Washington Township will look to start their first attack. It's interrupted at midfield. As Anderson causes a turnover, back the other way, here come the Hermits.
Will Law, when he's given too much space, usually causes so much damage. Hopefully, as Township, one thing they need to look for is giving him less space, and hopefully Hermits can give him more space so he can cause more damage.
One of the stars this year is Will Law, as Johnny Lementier.
John Lementier has been great these last few games, causing most of the attack for the Hermits. in the Cal final. He had the goal and the assist to help the Hermits come back and hopefully to cause more.
Tons of turnover here as the Minutemen force the pace back upfield. As Matt Carr clears it out.
One thing I will look for is Hermits defender Elijah Ostrander is coming. This is his first game back from injury, not counting his appearance against Cherokee. So might be on a minutes restriction here.
As Phillips passes it up to the midfield with Galuzzi. Back to Phillips on the far side of the pitch. He'll pass it down to the goalie and Matt Carr. Carr will send one through, intended for Matt Matea. As he'll come up with possession. Over to...
Looks like Campanera gets the start today over... It looks like Campanera gets the start.
Yes, it looks like this will be another kick for the Minute. Scooted towards midfield. Byer with the header. Tarasanta with the through ball up to Aiden Anderson. Offside.
It's like Byer, he's been the center back most of the year for the Hermits, especially with Ostrander down, playing more of the midfield role. Adding more defense into the 3 center backs the Hermits already have.
If you're the Minutemen, what is one player you're looking out for on this Hermits team to try and cause an impact?
Well, one player I would look for to cause impact is Peraza, since he's more of an aggressive midfielder. And if you get attacking more, he will create more fouls against the Hermits. And usually, so yeah, that's one thing I would look for the Minutemen attacking. One player I think is key for the Hermits is John Lemaitre. Like I said earlier, he's been really good this past few games. As when the Hermits needed him, he's came up clutch. As with the winning goal against Cherokee. Yeah.
This Township will look to force their attack to a through ball, but nobody's there but Matt Carr.
Yeah, Matt Carr, the senior. The Hermits are really going to miss him next year, but they got a really good goalkeeper up and coming, so hopefully his impact, it will be missed, but hopefully not that much.
If you're the Hermits, obviously you've had a tough loss last year in the Coaches Cup final to Shawnee, and you're here again against a different team. You beat Shawnee last week. What is Coach telling his guys going into this game?
It's just another game. Yeah. It's not that you can't pretend it's some big final. You got to pretend it's just maybe another mid-September game.
We've seen the Hermits dominate early. You know, they have beaten everyone they played in New Jersey. They were highly doubted against El Barton. They came up with a big win there. So
just the same mindset there.
Safe to say they've proved many people wrong.
You just need the same mindset that you had against El Barton. It's a normal game.
It's up to John Lemaitre. As looks like it'll be a foul. That's the senior Maximo Maletta forcing it. As it'll be Landon Heel, it would appear on the free kick for the Minutemen. As it's Anderson on the near side of the pitch. Going down in the corner.
Goes out for a goal kick there. Hermits. You know, it's been mostly Hermits to start this game a lot. And when they haven't had the ball, they've been a good job pressing the Minutemen.
Yeah, Elijah Austin. And they're causing the turnover. One guy you did point out previously who's coming off an injury.
And you know, with States coming up, I would not be shocked if he's on a minute restriction here.
This Mike Luzzi on the near side of the field will send one across. It's in the center of the box. Pass down. Will Law shoots. It's blocked.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's really dangerous to give Will Law too much space because We saw against Mainland the 2 goals they scored were from Will Law getting too much space, and another goal caught almost scored there.
One guy to also look out for the Hermits is the forward in Frankie Brown. He's had a great year so far. He's played a well-teamed game as it'll be forwarded to Calusi from Lementier. Calusi steps back, far side of the field.
Was looking for Brown there. It does eventually get to Brown, but after deflection, wasn't hoping for the momentum he was getting towards the box, put a cross in, but looking to still put that cross in.
Brown holding possession over to Phillips. As it looks like the Minutemen will get their clear. It'll up to Anderson. It's headed by Bryce Wilson out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Township. It's off to Colin Furman. Anderson, one guy's had a lot of touches this year. He's been a great man for the Township. Top 3 in points for them. It's a Hermit's turnover. Will Law in the center of the pitch.
They're giving him too much space here, trying to get that from.
As he'll get through 2 guys. Hermit's forcing an attack here. Will Law, the shot, it's blocked.
A theme I've been seeing here is a lot of shots outside the box. The previous game, a lot of shots outside the box. One led to the winning goal, so trying to take advantage of this turf. It's not the same. It's the same turf, but like lower grasses that Hermits usually play on.
As it's threw up to Mike Calusi on the near sideline as it's knocked out of bounds.
It looks like the Washington Township student section is really trying to get into the Hermits' head here early on.
Yes, we hear them early on here. They do have a historic student section in New Jersey.
Not as good as our student section, though.
As it will be in possession of the Minutemen. Deflected out of bounds. Possession goes to the Minutemen. Aiden Anderson touching the ball on all shapes of the field today. As it's thrown down to the far side, looks like it will roll out of bounds. Throw in for St. Augustine to come. Yeah, like you said, a lot of offensive outside of the box shots for the Hermits. Do you think that their game plan going into this was just get as many balls on net as possible, make the opposing team's goalie work?
Well, it might be for the first half, trying to see what the goalie's weakness could be. He's not good at collecting the ball, causes a lot of rebounds. And it's usually the wind's not as bad. Usually when a windy day is that the Hermits will use this strategy, shoot it, and hopefully it goes in. The Hermits, they play a lot of low-scoring games, a lot of 1-0, 2-1 games over the past few days.
And you have to give a lot of credit to Matt Carr. He's had multiple clean sheets this year. He's been obviously a star. He was here last year for the Hermits. He's continued his success this year. One of the top goalies in the state, in my opinion. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. If we can next year get a good college and continue what he's been doing.
As the Minutemen force the attack here. Here, the near side of the field. Bryce Wilson, another standout player for the Prep this year, as he had a tremendous Cal final against EHC, making a lot of clutch slide tackles. Hopefully he can repeat that here. One thing this Hermits soccer team has had a theme of is a lot of veteranship, a lot of juniors and seniors on the field. You look at this, you only have Elijah and you have CJ and only a couple sophomores really starting for this team. Mostly everyone up front is a junior or senior.
Yeah, it's not going to be they're still going to have their main guys, obviously big one missing Matt Carr. But there's also a lot of sophomores and a freshman on this bench for the Hermits. So the next 2 to 3 years, hopefully, will be good. will be as good as this past 2 or 3 years for the
Yeah,
Hermits.
that's one thing we've seen, continuous success year after year under head coach Justin Abbey. He came in just 3 years, he's forced the Hermits to have really, really well winning records every year, only losing less than, I believe, 10 games in his campaign here. So he's obviously done something very well with this program, causing its success.
As you can see, yet again, the Washington Township student section really trying to get in the Hermits' head. And, if you get in the other team's head early, it's going to be a pretty easy game to win. So hopefully the Hermits can just block that out. It's a foul against Township.
Looks like it'll be against number 9, Colin Furman, the junior midfielder. As Osterhander go to the far side of the field, C.J. Phillips. They'll send the ball through. Phillips looking for Lementier.
One thing I look, C.J. Phillips, he's more of a wingback, more of like a wingback than a center back. He does travel up the pitch a lot, putting it across, so he can fill that wingback role when they're out of position or just not really having a strong game.
It's Gage Stone in net for the Minutemen, the senior, as ball's deflected in the near side of the field for Bryce Wilson. Hermits will take the throw. To Lementier, goes through, he's dragged down. Looks like a foul on the senior, Maximo Maletta. One thing, the Hermits have had a lot of free kicks to start this game. We're only around 15 minutes in, and we've seen, 4 or 5 free kicks so far.
Yeah, we've also seen more goal kicks from Township, too, so they're getting in the box, but hopefully get more on net.
Osterhander's ball is cleared outside, up to the middle of the field, to Anderson. Anderson. He's got a one-on-one foot race.
Oh.
Anderson has a lane. Matt Carr will lead it up. As it's Phillips intended for Caluzzi. Will be cleared out just out of reach of Johnny Lementier.
Now, I mentioned Lementier offense these past few games. He's also really done good at defense, causing lots of multiple turnovers, and resulting in good chances for the Hermits. Could see a lot more of that today.
Another throw in here for the Hermits. Intended for Caluzzi. Crossbox. Just missed Byer. As another clear out to Anderson. Like we said, Hermits have a lot of offensive opportunities here. Look like they're playing the more complete game in the offense.
Yeah, it's been an all-around great game. Hopefully they can get a goal here before first half. As
it's Matt Carr with a great play against the senior Sean Tarasanto.
Township haven't had a lot of chances, but they've had a couple of good chances, just like throwing it up, and they're forward.
Intended for here, the near side of the field for Matt Matea. Matea, cross box. Headed away. Back to Matea. Matea looking for his options. Will come inside. Inside of the box, intended for Caluzzi, headed out. Frankie Brown. Law making moves in the center of the pitch. It's intercepted by the Minutemen.
So saying Township looking to play more of a defensive game and hoping to catch causing the Hermits to make a mistake. So they've had a lot of breakaways, but not good ones. Like Hermits outnumbering them on the breakaways and Carr just collecting it.
That's almost what we've seen out of St. Augustine's game plan this year. A really defensive, you trust in your goalie, you trust in your defense to come through that game, as Bryce Wilson will be tripped up and get a free kick for the Hermits.
Another free kick for the Hermits. Their strategy is just throwing it in the bunch. Hopefully that bunch can come up with a good header as it did against Cherokee. Last home game for the Hermits.
As Ostrander on the free kick. Into the box. Cleared out. To Peraza over to Mateo. Mateo one-on-one back the other way. Castellan with the interception up to Anderson. Anderson intended for Tara Santa. It's intercepted again by this Hermits midfield who's playing very well defensively so far.
Hermits midfield has been really, as you said, really good defensively. Hopefully they can get as good as their own defensive attack. So they can get a good early goal here.
Gabe Byer will dish it off to the far side of the field to Bryce Wilson. Back to Byer. Threw it up. Intended for Lementier. It ends up in the feet of Michael Caluzzi. Caluzzi making a one-on-one move. Cuts to the left side. Shot. Just over the top bar.
Yeah, lots of long shots going to be here today. Hopefully, it looks like a different field compared to the one at the prep. So, and it was a theme in the earlier game, the girls' game. There were lots of shots, causing barely missing, or the keeper saving it. So, I would expect a lot of long shots today.
It looks like when Hermits are pushing the offensive, the Minutemen are really closing in on the box, getting a lot of guys down low to eliminate those close goal opportunities. As the ball is cleared out to Lementier. Two-hand jerk. Lementier through the middle of the pitch, intended for Law. It's intercepted. Tara Santa's ball is intercepted by Byer. Through ball to Mike Caluzzi. Mike Caluzzi will get it intercepted, and here come the Minutemen back the other way, intended for Furman.
Looks like the prep wanted a foul here. These past two challenges by the Minutemen. That's why.
Looks like they were looking for Trey Egan there.
And they expected the foul, and they didn't get it, so they're a little out of position there.
Here come they back the other way, the Minutemen. Ostrander with numbers. Far side to Phillips. Phillips over to Lementier. Lementier looking for Caluzzi, just out of reach.
Oh.
As Gabe Stone here, taking his time, seeing his options. We'll punt it away.
So Phillips with the long ball all the way across the field. Mateo couldn't find him. Now Wilson heads it over to Lementier.
Lementier with the ball on the right side of the pitch.
Lementier.
Well defended. Matt Mateo now with the ball one-on-one against Furman. He'll make a move to the right side. Will be doubled out. Defense there by Maximo Mileta, the senior.
Looks like we got a sub here for the Hermits. Matea's coming out. Campanera's coming in. Also Luke Whelan, the sophomore. And it looks...
Campanera, another sophomore too. Hermits looking to get some young guys in the game.
It looks like Brown came off too. Yeah, looks like Brown did come off there.
Brown for Whelan with Lementier. For the ball as it's cleared away again by the Minutemen.
Looks like early on, Hermits are using what other teams use against them, making early subs, getting everyone minutes for the first half, so they're not tired for the second half.
And we've seen in that last Coaches Cup final with the girls won by Paul VI, went to double extra time. So Hermits trying to conserve their top guys' energy here as Anderson for the Minutemen are going back the other way.
Yeah, I expect a very similar game. It was 3-2. Paul VI coming back from a 2-0 deficit. Hopefully the Hermits is going to, if they do get a 2-0 deficit, they keep it.
Through ball, just out of reach, near goal there by the Minutemen. Defensive mistake there by the Hermits.
Yeah.
Almost capitalized.
And that was another theme of the game before us. A lot of close calls there. balls, like the miscommunication with defense, defensive mistakes, almost caused it a goal. As it looks like the Richland Rowdies have arrived, as it took a bit, but they have started making noise, and hopefully they can keep those noise throughout the game.
Peraza over to Wilson. Wilson looking for his options. Will send one down to Calusi.
Side.
As here comes Anderson back the other way for the Minutemen. Wayne clear to Maletta. Anderson looking for his options. Will find Castellan. Back to Anderson. Back to the mid-side of the field.
It looks like Anderson for the Minutemen's playing the role is very similar to Will Law, where if he's given a lot of space, he can cause a lot of damage. So Herbert's hopefully to limit his space.
Anderson this year does have 45 points total. He is at the top of the chain for the Minutemen. As the Rowdies are making noise here, as he previously stated. Matt Carr on the goal kick, pushing the team upfield. Will send it away. Intended for Will Law. Will take it. He's got options. Inside intended for Calusi. Near miss, cleared again by the Minutemen. C.J. Phillips looking to step up. As Township has options back the other way. Furman sends one through.
As it looks like Township, they do have a lot of speed once they're on the attack, but Herman's physicality is limiting that speed during their attacks.
Heads up to Furman. The field here to Anderson.
Looks like this first half, both teams are using very similar strategies. You know, when Prep have it and the Township have, all forwards and midfield go up, and the Township are doing the very same thing.
Maletta on the throw.
It's like Law with the pull of a shirt there. Very lucky it wasn't called.
Sent down low. Intended for Maletta. Back to Furman. Near side. Will make his move down low.
It's going to be very difficult for both teams in the first half going towards the student section. Once again, that corner is going to be very difficult to hear.
Looks like there is an injured player on the field. Back with possession, Lee. Bring it back into their own territory.
Looks like Township has settled into this game.
Yeah, playing a low-pace, high-passing, controlled style of play here in the first half. As they try to send one through. As Carr cleared away.
And again, Lamentier showing off his physicality. Couldn't get the ball, but he did. He's going to be key for this game with his, hopefully to cause chances.
Austin Hander will push it up to Phillips. Possession. just a little less than 14 minutes in this half remaining. As the throw in results back to a Township possession. Yeah, not a lot of goals, obviously 0-0 slate so far.
It's been like that the past couple games for the Hermits. 0-0 in the first half, and then they got to go in the second half and win.
As possession will look to go back the other way with Calusi as he's brought down a foul on Washington Township.
Yeah, as we are in the first half, that is not a yellow card, but maybe if we get towards the last 5 minutes, the ref will most likely award a yellow card for that.
As it'll be Ostrander to kick it away. Cleared out deep, intended for Calusi. Go out of bounds. In possession of St. Augustine. As Fergie Brown's checked back in for the Hermits. Gabe Byer will go off road. Here to the box, intended for Calusi. Cleared out. Township won a high-scoring battle 4-2 last week against the Crusaders of Ocean City.
Yeah, we know previous games, Ocean City, they were the 15th seed, ending the Cinderella run. So Ocean City, they are a very tricky team, as they don't have the best of records, but a lot of close games, as the Hermits did beat them in overtime in the semifinals of the Cal. So
This is an improvement from Township this year. Last year they had a 13-12 record. This year improving it to 17-2.
yeah, 13-4 is still a good record. Maybe, but still 17 wins, and we haven't gotten the states yet. Township looking to make a deep run. So do the Hermits, as looks like they do get a first round bye in the state tournament, as they will play on Thursday.
As Ostrander over to Phillips. Phillips looking to see what he can do. He'll clear it into the box. Looking for Lementier. It's off his hip. Just clear it out. Tried to at least cross box. Mike Calusi. Near chance. Cleared out to midfield. Ostrander to Will Law. Will Law, star player this year, foreseeing his options, looking at what he can do. As it's back to midfield, as this Washington Township front, forcing the ball back. Here's Bryce Wilson, the senior back, intended for Lementier, and it is cleared out yet again. As Minutemen will force the ball back to the Hermits. Back to Phillips in their own territory. Slowing the pace down. Oh, give it up to Bryce Wilson on the near side of the field. Wilson's going to send one through. Will be a goal kick for the Minutemen.
Yeah, what is it, third or fourth goal kick early on this first half?
Yeah, a lot of goal kicks, which means a lot of shots, a lot of through chance balls. So Hermits, obviously we talked about pushing a lot of the offensive.
Yeah. Hermits have faced a lot of goal kicks this year. Also means good shots. Hopefully those goal kicks can turn into goals or corner kicks for the Hermits towards the end of obviously this game and states coming up.
Anderson's been all over the pitch today, as will force the ball back into the Township zone. As Mike Calusi will force a turnover. He'll come back the other way. One-on-one move.
Calusi wanted a foul there, not going to get it.
And it's clear out to Makar. Ostrander, we talked about the injury, maybe a minute's restriction. Hasn't been subbed out yet.
Yeah.
As ball's up to Lementier. Lementier, Frankie Brown with space. Frankie Brown makes a move back, cuts back. Over to Whelan. Whelan looking back out to the top of the field to Phillips. Phillips will send one into the box. Punched out. Olio in possession of the Minutemen. Just a little under 10 minutes left. Scores still here 0-0 in Cherry Hill on this Coaches Cup final on this cold Saturday evening. As Parasso will force the ball up the near side of the pitch, trying to give it off to Frankie Brown. It's cleared and back deep into the Hermit zone. Pressure comes from Anderson. Bryce Wilson will send one mid. Lementier, one touch. Trying to force the ball upfield, he will. He's got Will Law with space. Will Law sends one to the box. Calusi off to Lementier. Lementier surrounded by White, seeing what he can do. He'll give it out to Will Law. Will Law back to Phillips. Far side of the field to Whelan. We've seen a lot of, Hermits giving the ball back to their defense, resetting. A lot of passing here early, which we have seen from them a lot this year.
Yeah. Usually Hermit's past couple minutes, CJ Phillips has started most of the offense here, putting the ball, cross the ball in the box as he has it.
Here he goes again. We'll give one up to Calusi. Calusi one-on-one on the far side. Will make a man miss, and it's cleared away yet again. Over to Bryce Wilson. Bryce Wilson will get contact from Anderson in possession of the Hermits. Minutemen don't like that call. Wilson on the throw-in.
Looks like Wilson did take a little elbow to the face there.
Michael throw it to Lementier. Surrounded by White, not a lot of help. Cleared out to Wilson. Wilson to Peraza. Trying to find CJ Phillips, he will. Phillips, a lot of through balls today. He's worked that offense well in the back position. Intended for Frankie Brown, another near offensive chance there for the Hermits. As Ostrander will bring the ball back over to Whelan. Campanaro will give it up to Lementier. He slips up. And will cause a clear for the Minutemen. Ostrander forcing the ball back to Hermits midfielder Will Law. He's got room. He'll make a move left. Give it down to Mike Calusi on the left side of the box. Calusi in and out move. Cuts back. Calusi through. He's just missed Campanaro on the far post there. Could have been a near opportunity.
It keeps it in.
Back in, far side, punched out. Another one served in. It's cleared away. Campanaro. Hermits offensive pressure very high. As we're heading towards the final minutes of the half. CJ Phillips pushing the pace up ahead. He'll give it to Frankie Brown. Frankie Brown, turnaround, shoot, and save.
Yeah, that was the first real chance of the game. We've had small chances, just testing the goalies. Is the real good first chance there as the ball gets cleared off the line. For the Hermits can keep that up and get a goal here.
As it was Gabe Stone in net for the Minutemen tonight, the senior out of Washington Township. As here come the Minutemen back the other way, intended for Anderson. Out of harm's way to Wilson. Here they come again. And Matt Carr. It will be just him and the ball. looking at his options. Pressure comes from Anderson. He'll clear it. John Lementier misses the header, but he'll retain possession. Down to Phillips, who turns it over. Peraza midfield. He's got a running Wilson as he'll cut back. Tripped up there by Anderson. Will feed it back to Carr. Carr will send it over to Phillips. As ball will go in possession of the Minutemen. Headed away by Phillips. She's got Calusi coming back on the offensive for the Hermits. Calusi one-on-one. Will make a move intended for the middle. Will cut back, feed the ball over to Will Law. Law and Calusi, great friends, have played here since freshman year. As looks like a foul on the Minutemen. And a free kick to come, or a throw in.
And
Excuse me.
subs coming in. Byers back, and it looks like R.J. Wilson's coming in.
Just Will Law, he boots one away over the intended goal. As we deplete to the final minutes of this half here, Township looking for a to form a final attack as unsuccessful. As Bryce Wilson will throw it in, intended for Lementier. That's been their go-to today on those throws.
It's like
Minutemen pressure back the other way.
The Townships have like solved something for Lementier, not cause as much damage. Hopefully, you can get more damage in the second half.
As Lementier, near chance there, snuffed out by Township. In and out move here for the Minutemen, have an offensive back the other way. As it's intercepted by Oschenhinder. He'll take it upfield. Hermits have numbers going back the other way. As it'll go to Lementier. Looking to find maybe Mike Calusi or Frankie Brown. It's up, intercepted by Will Law. Send a ball in, which will be scooped up. Long punt towards the center line. Whistle called. And there's the first half, ladies and gentlemen. With a score of 0-0 between the Township and the Minutemen in this Coach's Cup final, we have reached half. We will see you back at the second.
Yeah. No, like, padding. No, they're good. They're good.
Good one. 음식
Is
좀
this getting streamed for free? Oh, where at?
나랑 일본 아니야.
Is it on YouTube? Because I'm leaving and I want to watch it.
이번 연도엔 좀더 컨트롤이 있죠. 한 팀이 그래서 streaming
Alright, perfect. Thank you. It's going to be on the rest of the meeting? Alright, thank you. I really appreciate it.
플러츠 아까 어디면서 좀
Yeah, I saw that had a good one.
피부를 가지고
아니야. 고일 때 타운 깔고 있어. 그때 멋있던 타운 씨가 누가 아는
Have you been announced? Yeah. That's his name.
He only calls like every other day.
Yeah, I keep almost tripping up from higher.
나 근데 썸머에 한번 앰플리스트 트라이 해봤는데
I can hear him a little bit.
저번보다 더 추운 거 같아. 왜 이렇게 추웠지? 기억이 되게 추웠던 게.
작년에도 진짜 추웠는데
매년 추웠어. 한 10월. 아니, 아무것도 없어.
어디 가서 먹어도 돼.
그냥 어디에다 놓을 수 있어. 커뮤니티 거기가 빡치나 가만히 지금 뭐 산만하게 이것저것 하고 있는데 제가 안 해줄 수 있어요. Yeah, just watch the game. Why are you here? Yeah, we're watching. Worrying about what we're doing to Wawa? Can't relate to anything you did today. Can't practice, practice,
Yeah. It goes against the norm. Every sport counts down.
Well, there's no stoppage time, so I don't think
Yeah. No, that's not bad at all. I heard it going off.
they lost last year. It's not that much bigger than the one we have at the press box. There's like less stuff. Like we don't got all these blocks. There's all like the wires.
So what, is it just this that does really all the work? Yeah, that's all. Did your solder go here? No, no really.
No, Jason recruited me. I was doing Charlie Elise's stuff, and I was getting my car around. So I asked Jason, and he's like,
I like to do better because like with the other one, you have to call for things. You gotta like take off the whole headset.
We are back here at DeKalb Field, ready to kick off this second half in a neutral match, 0-0 both ways. Great defense by both teams in the first half, don't you think?
Yeah, it's been a close, slow, I would say maybe boring game. Think of a neutral. Yeah, hopefully we get lots of goals here.
Township will start with possession on the kickoff as Anderson will go away. Hermit's pressure comes early, he'll clear. Bryce Wilson on the far side of the field now as end switch. Matt Carr in red for the Hermits, as long as Gabe Stone and red with black bottoms for the Minutemen. Hermits in all blue, Township in all white. Limited offensive chances for both sides in the first half.
Yeah, it was kind of like the game against Cherokee, where like not that much chances in the first half. You get one goal, and yeah, Hermits won that game 1-0.
If you're the Hermits, what's your strategy here going into the second?
But similar to the first, where it was like really good defensive, but hopefully the offense can get more chances, and Campanaro can, or excuse me, Lamentier can finally break through and get that first chance. Because if he gets his first chance, then it's going to be nonstop chances.
It looks like Township's on the attack. Back the other way, it's cleared out. Speaking of Johnny Lamentier, I was talking to him the other day. He gave me a couple things going into this. He said the Hermits have to possess the ball better. They have to retain possession as Anderson, a near chance, is headed out for a goal kick. Lamentier still get to finish chances. You're not going to get many. You're going to have slight amounts, and those slight amounts, you have to finish them. And last but not least, don't get cards. Keep your guys on the field. Keep your best guys on the field.
Yeah, Peraza, I think he's had the most cards this year because he's so physical as a midfield. Hermits, they have really two opposite midfields, with Law more of the attacking, skillful one, and Peraza is more of the old school defensive one.
As Frankie Brown was fouled here with a free kick for St. Augustine.
First free kick of this second half here for the Hermits. Hopefully they can get into the box and head home, as the Rowdies are really getting into this one.
Looks like Ashton Hinder will be the one to do the job. sent in, cleared out. Here's far side of the field.
Looks like Township wasn't expecting Byer to come up there, as he almost just snuck one in.
Hermits have had a lot of free kicks early here from good spots of the field. We saw C.J. Phillips take majority of them in the first half. Now Elijah Osterhander on the last.
Well, in the first half, I thought there was gonna be more subs, but maybe like each team got 4 subs. So both, I would look to be more tired towards the end of this game. Hopefully, Hermits can take advantage of Township's tire.
Making man missile, send it down to Brown. Frankie Brown cuts inside, tripped up. As he'll try and retain possession. It'll be not so far cleared out to Phillips, cross box. As Byer will be the man to take possession. Byer in and out. We'll turn it over in favor of the Minutemen. I believe it's only been one true shot on goal so far here in this game. We haven't seen a lot of shots put on net. We've seen the box get really stuffed up by both defenses.
We also could be saying that because of the excitement of the girls' game going on with lots of chances. So maybe if this is the first game of the day, this could be an exciting one.
Whistle is blown. Many Matt Carr fans are in attendance. That's Phillips up to Caluzzi. Caluzzi one touch over to Peraza. Peraza over to Byer. Byer. Turn that ball over as Minutemen will look to go back the other way.
You know, let's hope for the second half some chances are started for both teams because it's a slow game. And for a final, you don't want a slow game. You want a high-scoring, really good game.
Peraza over to Matei in a physical play there in the middle of the field. Phillips will give the ball to Matei, who gives it to Bryce Wilson. Bryce Wilson with room. Flying, will cut back. Send it to the far side, Byer. Byer, cross box, intended for Caluzzi. The header is just put over the top bar. That's in one big chance so far this half.
Yeah,
Caluzzi, Herman's top goal scorer, really looking to get involved earlier.
Caluzzi's, it's kind of like the first sort of chance. Caluzzi had her. Okay, it was first half is wide. This one, same result really. Hopefully, you get more chances like that, and hopefully on net.
Mike Caluzzi, a guy who's really been a great second half player. He's had a lot of finishes here in second half, so multiple games. Probably looking to get him involved here.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to get hopefully Lamentier involved too. Just anyone involved to get something on that. This is Hermes. Maybe had 1 or 2 shots. One faced the goal. One was a goal line clearance.
Yeah, last year Hermit's offense was led by senior Alex Clark, who graduated. Mike Caluzzi and John Lementier had stepped up to fill those shoes in many ways as the ball was turned over by St. Augustine.
You know, as the night goes on, it gets colder and colder here. Yeah. I don't know how the players who don't got undershirts on are dealing with this cold. But I know it's really affecting us up here.
Yeah, as you get deep into this season for every fall sport, you know, obviously the weather becomes much more of an impact as Matt Mattea will find Mike Caluzzi, who turns that ball over.
Yeah. Usually when it's at St. Augustine, the big problem here is the sun, but this one's the weather, it's the coldness.
Yeah, coldness at night here under the lights here at the beautiful DeKalb Field in Cherry Hill of the last 7 Coaches Cup finals.
I can see why. It's a great field, but the one thing they really do need to work on is that not a lot of parking space.
Not a lot of parking space, especially we have a packed house here.
And 2 games. When you get the national ranked PVI soccer game, you're getting a lot of attention. And it seems like some people stayed for this game.
As Hermits will gain possession. So for the Hermits, you've seen a lot of crossbox pass attempts. Are you going to continue that attack, or are you going to look to set up more shots outside like they did very early?
Well, as I said earlier, we saw like the last 30 minutes of the game earlier, a lot of long shots causing some trouble there. You could see a case for both long shots and crosses, but my opinion, any attack will do.
As it'll be Peraza down to Bayer. We'll clear that ball out of bounds for this to the men in white. Interested to see Township's attack going into this half as midfielder Will Laws pushed down. Foul will be called.
Hermits, they're ones who also give up a lot of free kicks. So, what is this? They're like 8th free kick, I'm guessing, this game.
Yeah, many. We have a lot in the first half, 2 already to begin here in the second, as Ostrander will continue his campaign on taking the free kicks outside of the box. As Royce Wilson was the man intended here, as Township has an attack going back the other way.
One thing I think the Hermits can improve on is getting these free kicks into the box, not outside. Because most of these free kicks have gone outside the box, and you see how it is. And heads up for
Township looking to put some pace early here.
Yeah, that's something the other teams do against St. Augustine. They go very quick here. But the ball is on play. That's one of the downsides going very quick. You get subs, stuff going on the field.
Doing the ball boy mistake here. Looks like Township will get their chance again at a possession. Drop ball. As Township looking to push the offensive early here as Isaac Peraza well defending there, as we talked about, a very physical defensive midfielder.
Yeah, he kind of brings like a different presence in the midfield. Matea and Law are more attacking, speed, nifty move in the midfield. Praz is more of an old school midfielder.
As Matt Carr will swallow that chance up.
Sophomores, he's also allowed a lot of fouls, cards. But sometimes those cards are good, as we see sometimes. It's a Hermits get a card. It's a Minutemen want a foul. As I was saying, usually when the Hermits get a card, they just settle in and get lots of chances.
Calusi, here they come back the other way. Down the right side of the pitch. Physical contact. Will make a move. Cross box intended for just over the head. Roll out. Good chance there for St. Augustine.
As you know, it's kind of like the first half. They're trying to just settle in, but unlike the first half, we got lots of crosses. And it's been all our Hermits here this second half. As Carr is a very risky, high risk, high reward type goalie.
As we talked about, he's been definitely a key point for the Hermits' success this year. Many clean sheets and you need a goalie like that. And the way the Hermits play of that 1-0 style of winning and winning by 1 goal, you're going to need a goalie who doesn't let up much. And Matt Carr has done that tremendously this year.
The Hermits, a very old school team with new style players. A mishap there.
Wow. Almost found Johnny Lementier on the through ball there, but Stone will intercept. That's all punted away. Ostrander. Just above 10 minutes through this second half here in this Coaches Cup final. Not many chances being taken, obviously. A low risk style so far.
Yeah, I said it to you while we were all fair for that 10 minute half. I do expect us to go to penalties, whether the score be 0-0 or something else. I think it is going to go to penalties.
We have seen the late game heroics, though, like against Cherokee, obviously.
As the Hermits have gone to overtime a lot in the past 10-7 games they've had. It was overtime against Mainland, Ocean City, close game against EHT.
The scores do look very close, but in that fashion, the Hermits really dominated those games. They played a well-rounded defensive attack. They didn't let up many opportunities, and it would appear that's what they're doing here tonight.
Yeah, with those games I just listed, now Hermits controlled it for like 70 out of the 80 minutes, and in those 10 minutes where they didn't have the momentum, a goal was scored. So once the momentum's really gone against them, they do concede a goal most of the time. So hopefully this game the Hermits have momentum 80 out of the 80 minutes.
As Will Law looking to force the attack here back the other way for the Hermits, as it's given to Mike Paluzzi. As it was offside.
Yeah, one thing I do look for is that each team's going to be attacking in their student section. So hopefully each student section is probably going to try to get into the heads of the other team, as the ref is having a word with the student section here as they're getting too close to the field. That's been games usually I like being in the student section for this one. I like being more up top. It is too cold to be with that much people.
Have a good aerial view of the field
Yeah.
here, which is great.
I'll probably, as a freshman, I'll probably in the back, but this one, you got a view of the whole field.
Can't complain. That's Peraza with speed on the far side, looking for options. As he'll send one through to John.
Ooh, that
Just
looked like it went in from our angle.
Very close. Great opportunity there for the Hermits. Offense looking to pick up the pace.
Yeah, as I said, Lamontiera's first chance. Hopefully he can get more chances here. As once he gets going, he doesn't stop going.
As the kick is headed away by Frankie Brown over to C.J. Phillips.
Yeah.
Josh Osterhand.
Hermits defense have not had a lot of time with the ball as they did have the first half. It's more of in midfield with it.
As Robbie Finnegan and Township defense will try to force the option the other way.
Kaluzi with a dangerous play there.
Intended for Anderson, Bryce Wilson.
Kaluzi with a dangerous play there. Lucky he didn't get the stud of the cleats to the knee.
As Phillips will give it to the hot name of Mike Kaluzi. As Frankie Brown will take it down the side. Get it to the middle to Matt Matea, the midfielder. Far. The pass down to Bryce Wilson. Wilson intended for Byer. Byer working his way down the sideline, makes a man miss. Cuts inside, the ball will be turned over. Minutemen trying to force an attack. A little bit of stalemate here in the midfield so far in these last couple minutes. This ball will be intended for Frankie Brown. He'll get the ball sent inside.
Looks like this ref called offside. Very good vision if it wasn't.
As Frankie Brown will intercept the throw-in. It's Mike Calusi, one-on-one to the inside of the field. Will Law trying to make a man miss.
I said earlier in the broadcast, once Law is given too much space, he causes damage. As luckily the Minutemen got to him before he caused damage and got that ball.
As Byer is intercepted back the other way. Township with speed down the far side of the pitch here. There is the sophomore midfielder, Isaac Peraza, on the very great defensive play. Ostrander deep in his own territory will give it up to Wilson. Slower start to the half for both sides.
Looks like he caught Township sleeping there, according to the fans, as they were not happy with what transferred is. Looks like he slipped there. Couldn't tell if maybe Kaluzzi got some of him, but it looks like he just slipped.
Still punted out towards midfield. CJ Phillips trying to force the center. CJ will step up.
Ooh.
Aggressive play.
Like I said with Kaluzzi there, that he did have a high boot there. Luckily, he didn't connect with anyone for both teams. Because if he would have, that probably would have been straight red.
As Elijah Ostrander again on the free kick. We've seen CJ Phillips take all of the free kicks in the first half. Now it's Elijah Ostrander. Something coaching staff may be switching up.
I think it also because most of the free kicks have happened on his side.
Chance. Wow, what a save made by Clark.
I couldn't really tell who got the ball to it. From up here, it looked like Township was put in their own net.
As here comes Township trying to push the offensive back the other way.
You get a call here. As it looks like the fans have gone into this now. And I wonder what the ref's thinking here.
As it looks like
the yellow card and the lights on the other field are off. The lights have gone off on the other field. Something that could cause a little effect is that it could be a little darker on that side where the field lights were on. This Wheelan comes back in as you have to come off once you receive the yellow card.
As Landon Hill will be the one to take a free kick for the Minutemen. As this Township student section getting loud here. As it looks like Bryce Wilson will come off.
Looks like he could come off with an injury a bit, or it could be a rest. You know, he's been playing a lot over these past month or so. Looks like
As we're just about halfway through this second half here. Still all even at 0-0.
you know, little crazy last couple of minutes. Both teams settling down.
As Heel will send one into the box. Good looking free kick. And here comes Peraza back the other way.
Oof.
As I'll give it up to Mike Kaluzzi. Kaluzzi forced it in the middle of the field. Will step back, make a man miss. Great move by Kaluzzi on the near side. Kaluzzi doing everything himself. He's tripped up. Looking for a foul. It's everyone in blue.
I agree with him there. That looked like a foul. Looked like he got shoved there.
As Matt Matei with a great play. And here comes Colin Furman in this Minuteman offense. Wow, interesting there.
You call that.
Furman getting the call there. Kaluzzi, nah. Thoughts on that?
No, you can't miss that call over there and call that one. As Peraza gets his usual yellow card he gets. But one thing I have noticed, once they get the yellow card, they settle down, calm down.
Yellow cards already here for Shane against Seaton. Peraza.
As the town, it looks like Township has all momentum with their student section. Usually, when you get the student section going, you know something good's happening with your team.
One
As
thing you did talk about is that time where St. Augustine didn't control the ball and control in possession, they let up a goal.
yeah, this is usually around it, middle of the second half.
As it's a great play by Ostrander.
But they did, and like the Cal Championship, they did have that parts, but luckily they got 2 goals in like 2 minutes.
As Township will go to the Minutemen on the throw-in. Ostrander gets the clear. Back out.
Hey.
Kicked wide. And away.
Uh,
Goal kick coming here from Matt Carlton, St. Augustine.
As Peraz is back in the game after subbing out for a bit due to his yellow. As I don't see Brown either, so it was Lamentier got a little break after getting a yellow card a couple games ago. It looks like Brown's getting the same treatment. As the student section's really trying to get into Carr's head.
This ball's kicked up high. Will Long. Back to Bryce Wilson. As ball will be sent through in attempt to St. Augustine as Johnny Lamentier. Physical interaction. Still in possession.
Like Washington gets a throw in, but I don't know what that was there. Trying to get the call, but didn't.
Bryce Wilson, another senior. He's played a fantastic game tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, the whole defense has played a fantastic game.
As looking to find.
As Phillips has played both a great defensive and attacking game. As usually, he's normally on Brown's side, and Brown's more of a striker than a wingback, which is usually so. Phillips fills in that role for him. Township wanted a handball there. Oof.
There'll be an interesting foul call there as Will Long was forcing possession.
You gotta play. The prep wants an advantage there, and I agree with them. Plays like that, you give advantage. But another free kick here for the prep. I would say it's maybe their 10th, 9th.
It will be Ostrander again.
As the prep trying to get this momentum back. As it's been mostly Washington Township towards this later part of the second half.
Stepping in the box on this free kick for St. Augustine. Ostrander sends it in. Nobody touches on the first opportunity.
Ooh.
Brought down there. Another no foul call.
I don't know what
Inside
the ref was
box.
looking at there. Looked like a foul from here.
Bryce Wilson got taken down pretty hard. It's something it would appear that two almost foul calls for St. Augustine have not been called. Looks like the ref is really holding his whistle when it's inside the box.
Well, that's how it should be. You know, in the box, you want a clear foul, not some 50-50 foul. But there, I would lean towards a foul there, but that could just be me being biased. So, if you have to ask a neutral, then they'll probably give you a good answer.
As the ball will be taken by Whelan. As Furman will take a shot in the face with the ball. As Mike Caluzzi cuts back. Caluzzi, a shot on net, it's blocked. He retains possession, cleared out towards midfield to Elijah Ostrander. Law over to Matea. Matea seeing his options. Will send
Wants
it
it
down low.
offside.
Whalen cuts inside. Shot! Wow! What a save there by Gabe Stone. Corner coming for St. Augustine. Wow! A near goal there for the Hermits.
Great shot there by the sophomore Whelan, as it does look like he is going to come off after this corner, though. They don't even wait for the corner. As Brown's back, you know, the sophomore, he did his job, got a good shot. Momentum's back. Looks like hopefully the momentum's back in the Hermits.
As it will be Brown, the man to take the corner. Brown sends it in.
Ooh.
Ball's headed out. Lementier.
Ooh.
Interesting bicycle opportunity there as Hermits will force it back the other way. Oschenhander is tripped up at midfield. Peraza with the ball.
Yeah.
Looks like Oschenhander will stay
Yeah.
down.
He had that knee injury before. Hopefully he didn't re-aggravate it there.
Injury is on the field. We'll be right back.
How much time's left? 11?
We're back here as everything looks all good as
Ostrainer did get back up.
it would appear that
Who got a card? Someone got a card.
Hermits head coach picks up a yellow.
Yeah, Coach Abbey gets a yellow average a game for some stuff said to the officials.
There's still a 0-0 slate here with just above 10 minutes, it would appear, left to go. C.J. Phillips is on the near side of the field, retaining possession. It's intercepted. He has Mike Anderson flying down the near side. He's tripped up. Battle in the corner, in possession, goes to the Hermits.
I don't think the student section agrees with that call. Or they're just making noise to try to get in the head.
If you're both teams, what's your strategy here? Are you looking to play safe, get an extra time, or are you going for this game ender?
That looks like Township strategy. Play safe. I think Hermits looks like they're also doing that with small attacks. But it's really been a game of two. It hasn't really been a game of two halves. Like, you know, Township, I would say they had the momentum for the first half, and then Hermits have had this momentum in the second half. Which is usually not how St. Augustine games go. St. Augustine is a really good first half team.
As Township will have a throw in here. Playing a very subtle attack strategy. As it's sent into the box. Intended for Anderson, just over the head.
Let's go 1 versus 4 or 5 there.
Will be a goal kick coming from Matt Carr.
Yeah, 1 versus, I would say 4, maybe 5, you can say.
Matt Carr will waste some time here as...
Looks like means Hermits are trying to get this game to overtime. Trying to get a restart here.
I mean, we do remember last year, Hermits did end a lot of games in penalty kicks, excuse me. As Will Law will send it back to C.J. Phillips. Into the center of the field to Peraza. Peraza looking to go to the outside. He will. He stays in possession. Physical play. Peraza will send one.
Oof. Law hasn't been getting going this second half as he was this first half, so Peraza has really been doing a good job getting going, getting shots, starting attacks here.
Yeah, coming off the yellow card, he's came out and he's still playing the same game he always has, that physical style of soccer. As ball will be sent to the middle of the field, headed out by Wilson to Byer. Law one-on-one with Herman in the middle of the field. As it's sent through, Anderson Wow,
Ooh.
what a play there by C.J. Phillips.
I couldn't look there. I was too nervous, but luckily Phillips got to there.
Wow, very, very. Township gaining a little momentum with little left to play here.
As
Will be
the
thrown in. Headed out center of the box. Cleared away.
as the student section really got into that last corner kick.
As Matt Carr will have a goal kick.
As it looked like the roles have switched, like once we said, like Township really trying to get a goal here before this half ends, as the Hermits are just trying to get an overtime.
That's one thing you can't have happen in the future of this game, though, is let Mike Anderson slip through on a 2-on-1 and have a good shot at the goal.
Luckily, this is probably one of the best defenses in New Jersey.
As Will Law got a tremendous first half, we'll give it up to Matt Matea, who's forcing the pace here. Matea out to Byer. Back to Matea. It's out of bounds. Thrown in by the Minutemen. Looks like Byer will turn it over. Thrown again for Township as Bryce Wilson will intercept it. Out of bounds. Minutemen, quick throws the last two, more of a controlled style here. As it's turned over though. Will Law will turn the ball back over. Colin Furman on the interception.
Good job for Lamentier getting that ball.
Out to Wilson, who will clear it, intended back for Lementier.
You know, Township has done the one thing that teams can't do is they've shortened Will Law's room to cause damage, and I think that's really could be the decider here if they get a goal here.
As Belsanti will kick it off the side of C.J. Phillips into the center of the box. Intended for
Ooh.
Belsanti. As Caluzzi making an aggressive play. Here comes Belsanti back the other way. Belsanti through ball as it's cleared away by Wilson. Hermits will be in possession just a little less than 10 minutes here, excluding stoppage time.
Yeah, it's been all Washington. It's been all Township this past 5 minutes. I think if the Hermits do get one chance here, they'll regain the momentum.
Yeah, Hermits looking a little more sluggish than the way they've started with that high intensity, high pace, as they're looking to just stall out this clock here.
As looks like the Lamentier pick up a card. No.
That is off to Lementier. Ball will be turned over. Whistle blow, free kick coming for Washington Township. It's sent to the middle of the field. Matea on the pressure. Brown looking to step up.
I think Brown wants the ball.
Frankie Brown looking possession.
Brown knew how much that moment. Brown knew how much some time with the ball can mean for the Hermits.
Robbie Finnegan on the foul there.
Yeah, another.
Kick coming for the Hermits. Just under 5 minutes left here. Could be a big opportunity to capitalize.
Hopefully, they can just get this in the box, not outside the box.
As it'll be Osterhander, that man who's been taking these second half free kicks. Will send it in. Spinner to the far side, intended Byer.
Ooh!
Was a close chance there by Caluzzi.
Because he's just going in front of the ball and almost got a goal there.
But it's headed out as here comes the attack back the other way. Bryce Wilson with a great tackle on the far sideline. Possession retains with the Minutemen, but a great defensive play there by Bryce Wilson.
Wilson's been good towards the end of this game. Towards second half, most of these games. We saw in the Cal final come up with great stoppages, and he's doing it again here in the Coaches Cup final.
As Matt Mattea looking to start the offense here for the Hermits. Frankie Brown with room. He'll send the ball through to John Lematier.
Oh, still's got it.
Possession. Near goal there for the Hermits. Still with the ball. Give it to Phillips, who crosses over to Law, center box. Eaten up by Stone.
Like I've said throughout the game, once Lematier gets a chance, he almost causes a goal. And that's his second or third big chance here. Just in the second half.
Peraza give possession out to Bryce Wilson, who turns it over. As Wilson will get possession back. Furman sends one through.
Uh-oh.
Byers there. Here comes Osterhander. Over to Mattea. Or Will Law, excuse me. Will Law. We'll clear one out of bounds. As here comes this Township attack back the other way. Stepped up Bryce Wilson. Cleared away. Mike Caluzzi will take possession.
Good job by Caluzzi there, drawing the foul.
Parents will get another free kick. Limited time left in this second half. Still 0-0. Not many chances. Great defensive battle between the top two teams in this South Jersey Coaches Cup final. As Hermits will send majority of their personnel to the box. It'll be Osterhander on the free kick. He'll send one in. Short Caluzzi header, eaten up again by Stone. Stone will punt it out towards midfield. Not much time left. Hermits looking to get every free ball here. Possession and momentum has, it would appear, has changed.
Now Peraza trying to get that attack starting, as he's been filling the shoes of Will Law, who hasn't really gotten anything going.
As Frankie Brown will send one through. There's Will Law!
Ooh!
Just over the top left corner.
What a shot by Law.
Just talking about how he hasn't gotten involved much this game. Almost gets one there for the Hermits.
Yeah, it's been the theme of these Coaches Cup finals. A lot of shots, long shots, just missing the net. As it looks like the Rowdies are getting rowdy here.
As midfield ball will go in possession of the Minutemen. Crossing towards midfield is Furman, and intends one for Anderson. Will roll out of bounds. Loud crowd over there for the Minutemen. A lot of personnel out for each school tonight in this final.
Yeah, I'll give it up for our fans. We have a lot of long distance travelers, and it's a good job that they've traveled their distance here.
As CJ Phillips will take possession as Hermits look to get one last attack here. Mike Caluzzi tripped up.
Looks like Caluzzi won a foul there.
Stone will swoop it up.
Phillips just clears the pressure out, doesn't want to cause a mistake here.
As Township looking to get one more last attack here. Bryce Wilson will counter that.
Oof.
It's a handball. That's Isaac Peraza.
It looks like the first really good free kick here of the game. for both teams. You know, we've
Opportunity here as we fall into stoppage time. Could be a last chance of the half for either sides.
hopefully they just guides it like most of these free kick.
Township crowd getting loud ahead of this free kick. Sent through just
Ooh.
wide of the net.
It does look like it's going out for a corner kick here.
Indeed it will. Another chance again for the Minutemen. Really pushing the pace here towards the end of this second half.
Cleared there by Ostrander. Township keeps it though.
Ball intercepted. Calusi will send it all the way through.
Looks like ref's still playing here. And I gotta imagine this final few seconds here.
And we do have some stoppage time due to the 2 yellow cards given out and the injury to Elijah Osterhinder earlier in the half.
Yeah, glad he was able to continue. You know, he's been out with a knee injury. And you gotta imagine, might be the last kick of the game here. This Ostrander does want everyone to go up.
As it was Law the intention. Back the other way. Intercepted by Byer. Cleared out. To Wilson.
Oh,
As whistle was blown.
Hermits did not agree, thought there was a foul on Calusi.
Late foul opportunity. Well, regulation ends 0-0 here in this star-studded match of the Coaches Cup final between the St. Augustine Red Hermits and the Washington Township Minutemen. 0-0 extra time will be needed. We will be right back.
Smart they are. I got news. If it was us, we'd be 2 or 3. That's for sure. Take it easy.
내한테 뿌리 눌러서 내가 누구 끝날 것 같다는 느낌.
Sir, I love your hat.
근데 웃는 게 걔가 아까 포즈가 이래가지고 좀 얼굴 들어 이렇게 좀 상체 이렇게 좀 하고 있잖아. 까고 봤더니 그러니까 가을 시즌 플레이하고 끝나잖아. 11월 좀 끝날 때쯤 와서 그때 와서 알바로 보통 한 게임은 고등학교는 날씨에 애들은 시간이
아니다 애들이잖아. 애들이 가는 거
들어가면서 막 모임 들어가면서 스피드가 있을 것 같아요.
애들한테는 큰 거.
진짜 이제 사람들이 그렇게 못 사는 게 아니고
Just there.
Yeah.
자리 잡고
Are you rolling?
It's live. Live is live.
Sorry, I just had to
No, it's
stretch.
all right. I understand. I feel a little cold as well.
Yeah. Yes.
내가
10 minutes?
Yeah, that's what you told me.
이제 다음 주
I think it could be a little bit. It could be early in the year.
그때까지 끝나는
네, 뭐.
This is the live broadcast, right?
다음 주까지.
He doesn't realize people are watching at home. His head, every
know.
time, and he doesn't care.
You have so many relatives watching at home. The back of your head every time you stand up is what they're watching. Just saying.
Yeah, just be careful.
Good thing I
It's
had.
bad. I know it's not you guys. It's bad enough for a game like this with no clock, which is embarrassing. You do. The fans don't.
Relatives
This is
just sent us,
insane.
and it's that gray
Total
hat.
crap.
So that's what they're seeing. I'm
Disgraceful.
just saying.
They don't see it when I'm sitting. Right?
All right, no. When you're sitting, you're good.
We're back here for the first period of extra time in this Coaches Cup final. The way this format works, it is sudden death in extra time. There will be a first 10-minute period. If no goal is scored, a second period will play through another 10 minutes. If we still go through both extra times periods without a score, we will go to penalty kicks. That will be best of 5, one-on-one at the marker, as it looks like. Will Law will kick off for the Hermits here.
Same way they went the first half. Both teams are going to be shooting into the student section. See how much of a problem that could cause.
So if you're St. Augustine, are you going to take more risk in this extra time period, or are you going to try to stall out till penalties?
I would do small, like pass around, tire them out, and then capitalize on a mistake they can make. You know, even if you don't score, you still got 10 more minutes, and then after that, it's sudden death. Township on the foul there. I do not agree with them. It looked like he got all ball.
Kicked out of bounds.
As it's getting later in the night, it is getting colder in the night.
Both sides of the field of these players, and obviously us up here in the fans must be feeling it as Matt Matea will take the ball to the left side of the field with open space. He'll send one through, intended for Mike Caluzzi, headed out. Over to Will Lowe. Will Lowe with an opportunity, and down in it. Shot saved away. Cleared out. Matt Matea again. Matea moving, still moving. It's intercepted.
Ooh.
Peraza looking to take possession back. He will.
Great job, Matea, keeping possession of the ball when it looked like 2-3 guys were swarming him.
Hermits so far have had all the offensive work to start out extra time. CJ Phillips on the far side of the field. We'll pass it back to Peraza. Peraza back down to Osterhander. Over to Byer. Byer trying to look inside. Over to Matea. Matea. Send one through to Caluzzi. Caluzzi playing the outside of the box. Will turn left and pass it back to Phillips. Again, what we talked about, not a lot of in-box opportunities, or really stuff in the box, both sides here.
Yeah. Looks like judging off these first few minutes, Prep is going to go back to just shooting the ball outside the box. And that's what we saw in extra time of the girls' game. They shot it outside the box, and
As here come the Hermits, CJ Phillips will lead the attack back the other way. The wing back over to Lementier. Lementier on the far side. One-on-one, sends one through the middle.
Ooh.
It's the top of the net, near chance for the Hermits.
Yeah, great start. Great first chance of these extra time period. Looked like it went in from my angle. Hopefully they can get more chances.
As near an extra time here, we have seen a lot of opportunities. As Minutemen forcing an offensive attack, communication going well for this Hermits defense. Minutemen trying to make a force back the other way. Shot blocked away by Byer.
Brown was chasing him there. Brown almost got the ball there, but luckily Byer was there for the block.
Midfield for Healy. Send it back to Miletta. Miletta sending one through. And possession will stay in the Minutemen. Anderson.
Wilson wanted the ball there.
Miletta on the throw-in. Send it down, headed out by Wilson. Castellan won't gain possession. Caluzzi down in his own defensive zone. The Hermits forward. As
No.
turn the ball over. Looks like a nice free kick opportunity for the Minutemen here in extra time.
Very risky play there by Caluzzi. Luckily, he didn't pick up a card.
Obviously, not the best idea to come from behind could result in very bad opportunities like a red card.
Well, the girls' game earlier, free kick. They won from a free kick.
As Hermits will have everyone down low. As someone in, Matt Carr. Play by the Hermits.
Great job by Carr there, just jumping for the ball and not allowing any chaos to ensue.
And also give it to the trusty sophomore, C.J. Phillips, looking to start the offensive attack here in extra time. As we headed up towards midfield, Phillips trying to make an aggressive play.
It's a handball.
Many come for a handball, no. Block for the Minutemen. Castellan. Goal scored by Washington Township. That is Castellan. And with that, the 2025 Coaches Cup is won by the Washington Township Minutemen.
It's a heartbreaker for the Hermits. It looked offside up here, but I guess it wasn't. It's another heartbreak for the Hermits in the Coaches Cup as they look to next week to states.
Well, all you can do here if you're St. Augustine is turn the page. Well, Washington Township took this year's Coaches Cup. Hermits have lost back-to-back Coaches Cup finals. Very unfortunate. I'm Joey Brennan alongside
Kaden McLaughlin.
And from DeKalb Field, we thank you as Washington Township takes this year's 2025 Coaches Cup final. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Good night.
And go Jays.